Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. In the last episode we managed to talk to these new police officers that have turned up in our hotel in the Whirling here, and we managed to get to day 3. That is a lot of things that I think we need to do on day 3. Mostly see if the bridge has opened up, but we need to try and fix the playback device in our bedroom. So we go up there with Kim. Do you reckon he'll have an idea on how to fix it? Can we even get in? Can we even get in without paying for the room early? It did say that we could go to the pawn shop too, so who knows? But let's see if we can open this door. We can. Kim. Wait. Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
I didn't even realize there was a potted plant in here.
The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor.
Say nothing and nod stoically. This is where the magic happens. I did it my way. I'm sorry for this. You're looking at the destruction? Let's just say nothing and nod stoically.
He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave.
The real question, Kim, do you have any ideas on how to fix this?
The compact tape player is still and silent. Seems it has completely broken down now. The machine was made in Revachol by a company called Le Mercier. Their logo depicts the triple-towered Delta skyline. It was supposedly built to last.
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix, but it isn't anymore.
Any ideas?
My Kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn shop. He has stuff.
Okay, looks like pawn shop's the only option. Maybe I'll make that my goal for this episode. I would like to explore though. Let's just have a quick look at our journal. See what we're actually looking at here. Question Khalees about the dead man. Can't do that yet. The 2 signatures for Everett. I do need to do that. Ask the scab leader about tattoos. That's a bad idea. The traffic hooligan is across the bridge. Armed gloves. Fishing village. Also across the bridge, I believe. Doomed commercial area. Track down my badge. Are we going to find that at some point, right? Who put the clothes in the trash? Ask Kuno if he knows anything about the victim's clothes in the trash. Didn't I do that? And he told me to go away. Okay, let's go exploring here. Let's make playing this tape our primary goal. The pawn shop is down here, but let's go see if anything else has changed. The drunk man is still on the staircase over there. He seemed to live there. Anything new down here? No. A sewer grate. A gateway to the river of filth. Not that we can interact with it. Wait, I can interact with this bin? And who are these guys? I don't remember seeing these guys here before. Morning, officer. Oh, fingerless gloves. I will take them. Plastic tear. Hey, what is this?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque.
I'm just going to pull the lever and we're going to see what happens.
You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then...
Secret task complete. Close the water lock on Wednesday. Okay. I just look into this stuff, apparently.
The water lock starts moving.
Is this going to drain the water out of one of these places? I'm assuming here. Can I cross this?
All right, we can go to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain. and drunks. And if you wanted to forge that document for Everard, now you can.
Should we forge that document right now before even going into the fishing village? But let's go to the pawn shop first. Anything new in here? Let's just talk to him.
Top of the morning to you. How may I be of service?
Isn't being forced to get up for work at dawn a little inhumane? Early bird gets the worm, huh?
Perhaps. I just like being awake for the transition between night and morning, bearing witness to the first hints of light on the horizon.
Oh, I'm looking for something that plays a tape. For police business.
A tape? We have boom boxes for sale that will play it. Check the shelves.
While I'm here, do you know anything about the traffic menace on the loose?
Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
But didn't you hear it when the traffic menace drove over your roof?
Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop, and then moving on.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
A vortex? Sounds fascinating. Does that mean you don't have any idea who the driver was? I can understand how you would mistake Jacob for a powerful electric vortex. Let's go with sounds fascinating.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I didn't really know what to make of it, but I know it meant something.
Okay, let's look in the shelves for a boombox.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Wait, is this a boombox with a tape reel player? Is that still a boombox? Alright, stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy.
Shopkeep, this Stereo 8 approved machine here.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Are you sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music.
Can I get a discount on this boombox? A police discount?
A discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man. It's 12 real.
Remember, he doesn't like music. He likes sounds. The Door Gunner Megamix is his type of tape. Certainly, he'd give you a discount if he knew you'd play something so experimental.
Can we try it? I'm not just doing any police work. I've got the Door Gunner Megamix here. An era-defining work. Let's do 4 real.
4 real is offensively low, but just this once. For the music, concrete, cop.
What a hero. I will buy this tape player. Thanks for the discount, man. Here's the money for the boombox.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Okay, can I use it right now? Oh, it is actually just genuinely at all. This is the reel-to-reel boombox of everyone's youth. A little banged up, a little chipped, and honestly not that loud either. Looks cool though. Excels at being carried on the shoulder, allowing you to play audio tape items and blast music into the face of unsuspecting strangers. Can I actually, like, genuinely equip this? Okay. Oh, let's go. This is so much better. Wait, how do I actually play the tape? So I equip it, and I guess I now have to interact with the item, right? Yeah. Okay.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Okay, let's play the tape.
You push Command Set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Ow.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
Of course Kim knew that.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style.
Well, that's pretty damning.
Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
What was that at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
I agree. He also sounded inebriated.
Still,
The lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
Who's this Corty?
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
What's Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
You think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
Okay then. What now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
Seems fair.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
What, at 8:30 in the morning? What horrible radio station is this?
The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even.
Okay. Well, let's unequip that, because I don't fancy walking around town with a boombox on my shoulder. Back to the scary-looking crowbar. Should we go back to speak to the lady? Seems like the most logical thing. The problem we have is we don't actually know if the tape was edited. It's not like we gathered the tape, we were given the tape. So they wouldn't give it to us unless they thought it was going to sway us. That doesn't necessarily make what's on said tape. Or in context, for the matter. This is actually the episode of the loading screen? Excuse me while I go to one more. There she is.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
We have listened to the recording. The deceased states he intends to commit rape.
She puts her coffee cup down. This does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
She picks the cup back up.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Yep. Yeah, these words were used.
He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi,
The young woman lights a new cigarette with the butt of her old one.
he wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Why say things like that? Machismo? Or do you think he was trying to scare people? Or do you think he was trying to scare people?
No, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. And then had to internalize them to keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Identity?
She's quite observant about the human character, trained to observe, even.
You learn this from studying Oronese lit? Sounds psychological.
People who go to university know how to use words like internalize and integrate, officer. Now, what was that expression?
She's still looking for it.
There's more to this. She has an index in her head of pathologies and how to exploit them. I can almost see her turn the pages.
Well, I'm going to go with persona, because I think that is actually the correct term.
Running joke.
Oh.
I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Wait, really?
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. Sounded like a deeply troubled man.
Hold on. He said he was mentally done. That sounds like a broken man to me.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality.
You like this kind of stuff?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely,
What a bizarre name.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
Sounds kind of nice.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Oh. So let's look at her. You were both from Oranje?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranien. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Seems fair.
No love for Mother Araignée. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
Could it be worth pursuing? Just because you're in the military doesn't necessarily mean you're a patriot. Let's ask. We never know. Maybe it'll open up something.
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Semenine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind.
Ah, yes, a money man.
He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
As an Oranese yourself, didn't his lack of patriotism annoy you? She's going to tell me she's not a patriot, but outright saying that she isn't is probably more insulting.
No, there's nothing on Moindi. The old world is dead and we both knew it. Come to think of it, maybe Oranje did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me too.
How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no.
The memory makes her smile.
We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
The lieutenant taps on his notebook once, as though assigning some kind of point. Let's just go better not mention it. We don't want to say it's a competition.
The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you. She's clearly sensing something. A spike in testosterone levels, perhaps.
What about his eye colour?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
It was a map of his service history?
Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Oranese lit?
Let's not interrupt.
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
You were the woman in this?
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Hand her the photo. This seems like a bad idea.
No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
She pours herself some more coffee.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed. so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Semenine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Ah, not a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Tell me something odd. Did he enjoy his death?
Why do you ask?
It came to me in an occult vision.
Wow. A mystic. How intriguing. I have no doubt this is all adequate and true. I do not doubt the signs, but maybe...
He draws it out.
Maybe you're interpreting them wrong? He enjoyed life, you see. A little too much, if anything. Up to the point where other people had to pay for it.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer.
Could it be that love did him in?
It very well could be, yes.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
He told me. Love did him in.
That's not funny, officer.
Okay, fair enough. Perhaps, miss, it was communism that killed him.
A moment ago it was love. And no, I don't think the Union is communist. They're a couple of shades pinker than that. They're not hardcore in that way, is what I'm trying to say. What are we talking about anyway? This politics shit is a lot in the morning. Is it even morning?
Do I want to talk about the semen screening? I kind of feel like that's not necessary. I think we're finished with this line of questioning. And the lieutenant back his notes.
All right.
The lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Let's return to this later, miss.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
It's what she said, yes.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old.
Where is this going?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Oh, okay. Miss, how old do you think I am?
Huh. How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer.
I don't know. 1, 2. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How old is a newborn cop who doesn't remember he's a cop?
I mean, I've been on the force for a long time. So I'm either 35 or 45. I don't think I'm 55. I'm going to go with 35.
You're not.
Oh.
Sure he is. You know, age is just a number.
Yes, but for him that number is much larger than 35.
Okay, maybe I'm 55.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth.
To the laboratorium.
Date of birth generator? What is that gonna do? 7 hours and 15 minutes. Your face looks like it's 58, and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100, both longer than they ought to be. The day and the century. For how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? I actually kind of want to work this out. Let's actually get that. Internalize. I don't know what benefits we're going to get. How long do we have left on the indirect modes of taxation? Guess it's already done. Are we not working on anything? Okay, we know we're only working on date of birth generator. Of course, we got that in the last episode. I'm just being stupid. But I think this is a good place to end this episode. So thank you all very much for watching. We shall go explore over the river in the next episode, I think. But please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And as always, I'll see you next time.